Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Making Memories with Michelle. Today on our series of boxes and bags, I'm making this cute little box with an embossed box top. We're going to be using the Country Floral Embossing folder. And on this box, I used basic black and petal pink. And I just absolutely love how detailed and delicate this box top looks. So let's do this, and I want to make a different color today. So I'm going to start with a piece of basic black cardstock that measures 5 15/16 square. So it's 5 15/16 all the way around. And then your box top is 4 1/16 all the way around. So 4 1/16 square. Remember, all the measurements can be found over on my blog at www.makingmemorieswithmichelle.com. Now, before we do any scoring, I'm going to bring in my Big Shot. You can use any embossing machine that you have. And I'm going to line up my Highland Heather in the embossing folder. And just run it through. And that makes a beautiful impression. You know, if you wanted it to be a little deeper, spritz it with water first. Not very much, just enough to dampen it, and it will be an even deeper image. Now, take your scoreboard and for our box top, we're going to score that at 1 inch all the way around. And I'm going to do it on the top where it has all the embossing. Score it at 1 inch all the way around. I think I'm going to use the smaller end of my stylus. Okay, set that aside. And then your basic black base is going to be scored at 2 inches all the way around. These treat bags will make the cutest little place settings, whether you have a summer wedding or a bridal shower or even a baby shower or summer tea. So take your bone folder and burnish all of those sides on both pieces. And that one seems a little bumpy, but it'll be all right. Just don't smooth it out, right? You just want to get along those score lines. Once you get the hang of making boxes, it's really not that difficult. Okay, so let's start with our card base. And I want you to cut up this side. Cut along that score line to the first score line. And then on the outside flaps, just cut a little notch from the corner to the score line. What this does is it removes any excess paper so that the inside flaps lays flat and you don't have any excess hanging over the top. And you're going to do that 4 times. Okay, just a tiny bit off really helps that not only lay flat, but then the box lid will fit better as well. Okay, brush that aside. And we have 2 more sides. I love to make little boxes, and I often have them at my classes. When people come, they're at their place settings, and you know, I fill them with little candies. Sometimes in the fall, I'll put in a votive candle, you know, pumpkin spice in the fall, or maybe around the holidays, something that smells like, oh, cinnamon or evergreen trees. It's just a nice little touch. Okay, so now we have that. I don't know what, I've got a little extra piece I'm going to trim off right there. I don't know what that is. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on your lid. And just cut those little notches rather quickly. Well, you don't have to go quickly. I'm going quickly for you. My dog Charles must have gotten frightened in the storm last night. We had a big thunderstorm right about bedtime because he's not leaving my side this morning. He rarely lays under my craft room, and he's like right at my feet. Good thing I don't have to move. I trip over him. Okay. Now, this morning I'm going to use some, I really am going to use some of the liquid glue. And what we're going to do is on the outside flaps, those are going to fold in like that. Okay. And so we want to put a little liquid glue down the flap. Not too much, you don't want it to splush out. Okay. But on those flaps, get it all the way down to the bottom seam and get it all the way to the top. That's going to be the key. And then fold one side in and then fold the other one in. Whoops. Every time I use liquid glue, I get it all over me. I swear. It's like when I was teaching kindergarten. It was everywhere. That's why I like snail. But your snail won't hold a box. So just pinch it and make sure it's nice and sealed. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other sides. You can use tear and tape if you like to hold it. But using the liquid glue allows me, if there's any pieces of my box that aren't straight or square, fold one side in, fold the other side in, and close it with the middle flap. So like right here, I could pinch those corners where tear and tape, once it's down and it doesn't move. So if I think that I have to have a little wiggle room, I will use the liquid glue. I just make sure I go wash up afterwards because I am messy with it. Okay, so there's our box. And you know, that would hold a little like Yankee Candle votive just perfectly. Now, here we're going to do the same thing. And this is bumpy, so make sure you've got your glue on it. Hold it and pinch it. Now, if we hadn't trimmed those edges on those flaps, you would have seen a little overlap right here because it wouldn't lay flat. And a little bit more on those other flaps. And just fold those to the inside. Okay, now this will fit right over the top of your box. And then to hold it closed, I have some Whisper White polka dot tulle ribbon. I think I use this ribbon for just about everything. I absolutely love it. Cut off about 18 or 20 inches. I'm all sticky. Okay, tie a little knot. And then tie your bow. And my bow's not going to be perfect because my fingers are sticky. So, there. And you can play with that until your bow is the way you want it to be. And then trim your ends. Isn't that pretty? If it were a bridal shower or a wedding shower, wouldn't it be pretty to, you could put some of those pretty pastel Jordan almonds in there. I love those. Okay, so there you have a very nice little box. It didn't take very much time, and I'll bet you could make one. So if you do, go out and post it on my blog or out on my Facebook page. I'd love to see it. And again, everything that you need to make that box will be on my blog today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.